Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. My name is Jim Piela. I'm a New York City-based saxophonist, composer, and educator. And I'm here today because it is Sunday, and it is time to answer some of the questions that I got from you guys on the internet. Ready? Here we go. First question comes from my sister. Christine Dunbeck asks, how do you stay motivated and keep track of all your to-dos? I have a giant pile of practice journals and to-do lists basically going at any given time. This is just a handful of the different journals from the last year or two. I just write everything down and keep super organized as much as I can. Otherwise, I will totally forget to do something and feel very silly. So this is also a really good way to check back in with yourself to see how you're doing with your practice goals, as well as your normal human being goals. Great question. Next question comes from swimming_like_a_fish. Favorite Stevie Wonder song? I've been thinking about this since you asked it. I don't know if I can tell you my favorite. I love almost everything that Stevie does. And my problem is that it's all wrapped up in nostalgia because I've been in so many bands and so many situations and played with so many people that really brought themselves to Stevie's music. So it's hard for me to separate out one individual song that is, it's constantly changing. If I had to say right now, put me on the spot, I Wish, Sir Duke, Superstition. I don't know. They're all so good. By the way, if you like Stevie Wonder, the band I'm in, Planetary People, is releasing a version of Master Blaster that we did this week. So check that out. It's an arrangement by Josh Bailey. It's really, really fantastic, and everybody kills on it. Next question comes from Dan_Edgecombe. What's your arranging process? So I'm assuming you're talking about arranging somebody else's piece of music. And when I do something like that, I always have to start with the melody. The melody is almost always the thing that attracts me to the piece to start with. And I build any arranging or anything else that I do from that melody. It all has to serve the melody. So I'm not trying to throw in some wacky chord changes because it's wacky. I'm trying to make sure that melody really sings and speaks and maybe give the listener a different perspective on the melody from the original. So that's where I like to start. Next question comes from J Soto Music. Tell us about being in the Civil War. Okay, so here's the deal. J Soto is this amazing, super talented vocalist that I play with, and she thinks my beard makes me look like a Civil War general. I don't see it. I can't agree with her. I don't know where she's coming from with this. I just don't get it. Okay, last question for this week comes from Wes Montgomery. How do you approach free jazz? I am personally inspired a lot by Ornette Coleman and how he approached the music very early on, right? So go and listen to some of those very early Ornette records, and that's where I'm coming from. I'm thinking about really strong melodic elements and developing those elements, right? In a non-diatonic sort of way. So using a lot of chromaticism, letting that element kind of be freed while still maintaining really clear melodic and rhythmic ideas. That's where I like to start. So the other thing to keep in mind is that as improvisers, we like to give ourselves limits and boundaries, right? So if there are no limits and no boundaries to your music, it can get a little wish-washy. It can get a little samey. So if you're working on this, try giving yourself boundaries. Give yourself limits, right? Maybe you're only using 3-note cells, or maybe you're playing everything within a diatonic scale. You can play free jazz diatonically. It works. So what elements can you stretch and push and pull within those limitations? That would be my challenge to you. Thank you for all the questions this week. I got a bunch of them. Some of them were too big to try to answer in this short format. So thank you all again. If you like what you see, subscribe and like it and do all the things that you normally do. I would really appreciate it. This is a small channel and I'm trying to build it. So if you got friends, if you got family that you think might enjoy this, send it their way. Otherwise, have a fantastic week. We will talk again next Sunday. And if you have a question, ask it below. All right. Have a great week, everyone. See you soon.